Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome to Respus Live. Happy Monday. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you would please start a watch party and share this segment. I promise you'll be pleasantly surprised and it will be beneficial to you. So please start a watch party and share this video. Happy Monday again. Happy Monday. I am so excited. It is just a great day to be alive. Even though it's raining outside here in North Carolina, it is still a beautiful day. So thank you so much for joining us on Monday and on Respus Live. So if you would please share the video and let's start a watch party for this show. And tonight our subject is going to be hashtag make it happen. If someone could put that in the comments for me, hashtag make it happen. So many times in life we sit down and we wait for other people to make things happen for us. But tonight I want to encourage you to make it happen for yourself. You're in charge of your destiny. You're in charge of your future. You're in charge of everything about you. You're the CEO of your own business. So let's make it happen. No more excuses. No more waiting for someone else to pat us on the back. No more waiting for someone else to do it for us. We're going to make it happen for ourselves. And so there was a few quotes that I found that I thought were really great to share on tonight. One of them is, if you don't build your own dreams, someone will hire you to help you build theirs. So while you take that energy in building someone else's dream, take that same energy and build your own dreams. So we got to make it happen. Your dreams, your goals, your visions, whatever it is that you know you want to do, that you were born to do, that you were created to do, we need to make it happen. So tonight, I just want to encourage you to make it happen. Write it down, take the necessary steps, prepare yourself, and make it happen. Another one is stop waiting for things to happen and go out and make them happen. You're in control. Again, you're your CEO, so you make these things happen. So this is another one that I like. It says you have the ability to choose which way you want to go. You have to believe great things are going to happen in your life. Do everything you can to prepare, pray, and achieve to make it happen. Again, you have the ability. You were created for this. You have to make an executive decision that you're going to make it happen. You have to believe it's going to happen, and then you have to go get it and make it happen. You have to do everything to prepare yourself, pray, and then achieve what it is that you want to do. So again, hashtag make it happen. It's 2020. It is our season to make things happen. Our dreams, our goals. You know what you want to do this year. Let's start making it happen. It's already February. We're almost into March. So it is time now to make it happen. We can't keep saying we're going to put it off to tomorrow and put it off until tomorrow, because if you do, the year will be gone after a while. So we got to make it happen now. So tonight in the studio, I have this gentleman that did just that. He made it happen. I am so happy. And if you would please, Respus Live Podcast South, let's welcome to our show on tonight, Wesley Hickman.
Hi.
Also known as Wes. He is the owner of Hickman Pharmacy in the big, beautiful city of Leland, North Carolina, also known as LA. LA in the house. Wes, it's so good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us on Respus Live. Wes, you have made it happen. It does my heart real good when I ride by and I see your sign. It says Hickman Pharmacy. I love pharmacies that are owned by people, especially people that I know. And your wife happens to be a very dear, dear friend of mine. I love her so big.
I did good, didn't I?
You did very well. She is amazing. I had the opportunity to work behind her or beside her for so many years. And her heart is so pure.
Yes, ma'am.
And she loves people. She was raised to love people. And her family love people. And she is just a good-hearted person. It was a pleasure to work with her. So shout out to Ashley, my girl. Love you this really, really, really big. And thank you for allowing your husband to come join us on tonight. So
Wesley,
oh yeah, he loves you too. So Wesley, tell me now, you're at your address in Leland.
My address is 1132 New Point Boulevard, Suite 3 in Leland, North Carolina.
Leland, North Carolina. So if you're not familiar with that, he's right beside Dunkin' Donuts. You can't miss him. So for your prescriptions, if you want that personal touch, someone that's going to take good care of you and your family, I recommend tonight, personally, myself, to all of our viewers, Hickman Pharmacy in Leland, North Carolina. You will not be disappointed. They're going to treat you like people, and you're going to be important. They're going to take care of your needs and your family. So again, I recommend personally Hickman Pharmacy in the big city of Leland, North Carolina. So Wes, tell me, it's my pleasure. So tell me about making it happen. You can just tell us your journey, because a lot of people may not know you. So let's just start from the beginning, wherever you want to.
Well, I'll start from the beginning of my journey in pharmacy. I started off when I was 16 years old working at the Revco in Charlotte.
The big city of Charlotte.
Big Charlotte. Mr. Joey Galloway, he's a pharmacist that kind of did the same thing I'm doing now. And I kind of saw his example and how he worked for the chains. And after a while of working for a corporation, you kind of get to see it's all about the money at the end of the day, not about the people. And I finally got fed up with it. I filled 553 prescriptions the day before I quit and begged my boss for more help. And basically he told me that it just wasn't in the cards. And I was like, well, that's funny. I can read a profit and loss statement just the same as you can. So I can see there's a lot of profit here to be made that you could be investing back in your business and taking care of your patients. And at the end of the day, he didn't see that as the priority. And I did. And I finally said, you know what? It's time to put people ahead of money. It's all about the people at the end of the day. And that's where my focus was and my passion is. So that's what I worked hard for and put away a whole bunch of money over the course of the last 22 years. And here I am now making it happen.
So for 22 years, you've been doing...
With CVS. I've been either a cashier starting off when I was 16 to worked up as a pharmacy technician, then to a pharmacy intern when I was at UNC Chapel Hill doing my internships there.
Okay.
So I spent my time in pharmacy school from 99 to 2000.
Okay.
Graduated from UNC with my doctorate in pharmacy. And I lived in Raleigh for probably about 7 or 8 months and drove home one day and smelt the salt air crossing over the Cape Fear Bridge. I was like, you know what? It's time to get back home, back to the beach. And I moved down here and built a house in Brunswick Forest and pretty much been here ever since. All I needed was Ashley and Will and a couple of dogs to fill the dream.
Absolutely. So you had your doctorate degree. Okay.
I did, yeah. I graduated at 23 with my doctorate in pharmacy.
Oh, congratulations, Dr.
Thank you
Hickman. We got a doctor in the house. All right now, everybody. The doctor's here. So tonight, for everyone that's watching, Dr. Hickman has bought a free giveaway, and it is CBD oil, and this is one of the hot tamales as for today. So if you're interested in the CBD oil, it's good for aches, pain, sleep, restlessness. We'll be giving this away on tonight. So please share the video if you know anyone that suffers from like rheumatoid arthritis or any kind of aches or pains. This has been, I know a few people that has actually tried it. Unfortunately, I can't try it due to my job.
But got to watch out for the THC in that. So if you do get tested there, you might want to make sure that your employer would be okay with that, because it is a full spectrum product.
So therefore, if you have a job where they do testing, you make sure you find out if you could do the CBD oil prior to taking it. But this is the giveaway on tonight, so please share the video if you know anyone that could benefit from the CBD oil. And again, I've heard great results with this. I have a friend that uses it, and she says it works really well with her aches and pains and for sleeping. So again, we're going to be giving away this on tonight, so please share the video if you know anyone that could benefit from the CBD oil on tonight. Please let them know that we'll be giving this away towards the end of the show. So we do have a giveaway on tonight, some CBD oil, and I really wish I could try it because I don't rest well at night, so I would love to give this a try. So it really helps with sleeping.
Yes, ma'am. My wife is the #1 advocate for that. She when patients come in there, she's the one that pretty much sells that from her experience. Yeah. And I can tell by sleeping next to her, it has helped quite a bit in her sleeping patterns.
That is great. It is good because sleep is very important. So
yes, ma'am.
Again, that's one of the benefits of this product, the CBD oil that we'll be giving away on tonight. And if by chance you really want some, you can always go by Hickman Pharmacy and pick you up some. That they sell it there. So okay, so you started working for a company, and then I know it just didn't happen overnight.
Oh, no. It basically, I've been planning for probably about 2 years leading up to that. I did my due diligence on the business side, make sure the money made sense, and just dove into the numbers to try to figure out what it would take for me to build that business up from the ground up, because I mean, as everybody who's been in a pharmacy knows these days, drugs ain't cheap. And
Right.
being a pharmacist for me, it's not either. You have to purchase them from a wholesaler. So making sure I had enough to cover the family, making sure my family's taken care of, supported the house, making sure we got a roof over our head while the business is kind of growing and coming to fruition. So did a lot of due diligence there. Had a few business partners I talked to, discussed it with them. They had some success in the past. So I tried to learn from their example. But, working in the pharmacy for 22 years, I kind of had a good idea of what it took to run the business. And one of the things I did for my former company was I would go from store to store that was underperforming based off different metrics. Service was the main thing I always focused on, because at the end of the day, if your customers are happy, word of mouth is going to,
It's true.
going to drive your business more than anything. You can buy billboards, you can buy ads, but it's your neighbor that tells a friend that makes the biggest difference, because that spreads like wildfire. And that's been my experience in the industry as long as I've been there. It's just take care of the people, they take care of you.
That is so true. And so I love the personal touch of a pharmacy that's owned by someone, especially in the community. So it is great that you serve a community that you live in, and that is so great. So for those of that live in Brunswick County, it is good to have, especially on our end, a pharmacist that's not a chain.
Thank you.
And you can get that personal service. So for preparing to make this move, you got all your ducks in a row. And so I tell people all the time, when you want to make it happen, you got to do the hard work. You got to do the math. You got to make sure that it equals and that you'll be in a good place, because you don't want to step out and not be prepared. So in order to make it happen, the first thing we need to do is prepare for the steps that we're going to take.
Absolutely.
So you did the preparing. How long did it take approximately for you to just know that it was time for you to jump? It was time for you to make that move.
I would say when I first started in earnest, would probably be around August 2017. That was whenever I really put pen to paper and started doing the work on the back end. My last day at work was the 27th of December in 2018. So it's about a year and a half. Went and checked out locations, made sure that made sense, made sure they had the foot traffic there. Looked at multiple locations, multiple distributors. So there's a lot of work on the back end that you've got to make sure you're doing your due diligence there. Because if you don't, I mean, there's so many businesses that fail. And, I hope to God I'm not one of those.
Absolutely. So how long have you been in business now in Leland?
3 months.
So you're going on 3 months.
3 months, yeah. We're about 2/3 of the where I want to be at my break even, paying myself a salary. So to be there in 3 months, I am blessed. That's... it says a lot about my patients and the trust they have in me to take care of them. So we had 630 patients at last count this morning in 3 months. So that's a big transfer from my former employer about a mile down the street. So I'm happy to say I poached a little bit of business from them.
That's good. So your business is still growing, and it's growing well. So
Record day today, actually.
Yeah, and we're glad to have a record day on today. We're glad to hear that. So again, if you're in the Leland area, or if you're not, you can just ride on over across the bridge. If you're in New Hanover County, and let Hickman's Pharmacy take care of your needs. So you said you started off at 16 working for someone. Isn't it interesting how that went full circle for you to start your own business?
It actually went full circle in a lot of ways. I actually took my old boss's position after he left and opened up his own pharmacy. So I started off as a cashier at the very, very beginning at 16, and then went full circle with his job, took over for his position and learned everything I could underneath him. And then now again, I'm doing the full circle again, doing my own, jumping out on my own. So that's another thing I would say too, is whenever you're planning any these kind of business plans, or be it life, partner with somebody that knows what they're doing and that you trust. Trust is key in that aspect. You got to make sure they're giving you good advice and they have your best interest at heart. But if it wasn't for a couple of good friends and a couple of good mentors, I don't think I would have had the faith or the confidence in myself to jump out and do these kind of things.
So you have mentors in place that help push you. So whenever you get ready to make it happen, make sure you surround yourself with people that believe in your dreams and your goals. And that's why you can't share them with everyone. I learned that the hard way.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to move in silence. So was there a lot of silent movement you were doing prior to letting everybody know what you were going to do?
I got a big mouth. That's one of my downsides, I would say. When it comes to my business, though, confidentiality is key there. Right. But when it comes to something I'm excited about, I tend to talk a lot about it and work through it in my head. But yes, there are times that Ashley would tell me, you need to be quiet about what you're talking about. You don't need to let so-and-so know what you're doing.
Right.
So yes, to a point, yes, being quiet about certain things like that is very important, because some people tend to have a negative attitude, and you'll hear the you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that, or you'll hear, just those negative voices. And I tend to try to not surround myself with the negativity. It's all about people that are going to build you up, believe in what you're doing, and see your value and see your worth. That's pretty crucial with anything you're doing in business or life. If you don't have that, then you're just always going to be torn down, and you're never going to be where you want to be at.
That is so true. It is so important. It's imperative for us to surround ourselves with people that believe in us and see it where we're going, and can possibly see it before we even see it, but push us into that direction that we need to go in. So you had that support group with your family, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. I know Ashley was super supportive for you.
Absolutely.
And then your entire family, and then your mentor. And so you just stepped out one day and found a location. How difficult was that to find this perfect spot?
Very difficult. We went back and forth between a couple different locations. I already worked in Leland, so I had a built-in book of business there I could potentially take. I saw that as an asset. But we also looked in the St. James area around Southport, because that's another area I feel like that could be a growth potential there around the Midway Road area. Mm-hmm. So that's I went back and forth for about a year. We actually got further along with Oak Island in the very beginning before I decided to change gears. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of work went into that. That was actually probably the biggest hurdle in the beginning, is finding the right location, the right price, making sure you're not getting in a bad move, and then finally pulling the trigger. That was a good day.
Yeah, I bet it was scary, because you want to make sure you succeed.
It's still scary. Everything's still scary.
But you got to make it happen. You have to just go ahead and just step out on faith. And so I know that played a big part for you as well. Definitely.
Absolutely. It basically boiled down to one day I was at work, and I just decided, I was like, I need to call my wife, because this is not going to be a situation that's going to be tenable for much longer, the way the volume was and the way the work was, and not having any staffing or anybody to help me do the work. So I called her and kind of made the plan, and saying that's what I really want to do, is step out. And I had the leg work already done before then, but the day when I quit, I was like, I'm going home. It's going to be it. We're going to start going forward. And I started that journey on my knees in my bonus room by myself, just praying, because
that is so powerful.
I've done that twice in my life, I would say, where I really went straight to God and just asked Him for help. It was when my son, whenever he got flown to Chapel Hill.
Yes.
And that he was born premature. There's a backstory there, but and then
I remember those times we prayed so hard. When I see his picture and see how he's grown, and just see how God has moved, it just does my heart so good. And it was our pleasure to just lift you guys up in prayer, and just to see the manifestation of God. I can understand going to your knees for your child. I mean, you pray differently when it's your child. Amen. It's a whole different, it's so personal. So that was one time that you did it and needed Him. And so this was another thing that you knew. I mean, I know you pray all the time.
But it was different.
But it's a different type of prayer. Yes, definitely.
And that was the thing about it. I think, wanting more for yourself, wanting a better job, a better, different things for yourself. You got to come from a point that is pure. If you come from, I want a nice car, I want a nice house, I want more stuff, and honestly, I hate to say it, but when I'm in my 20s and I wanted this goal, that's where my heart kind of was in it. And that's, one of the more materialistic things. And then, having a kid, having a family, you start to realize that's not everything. And then you see that. And then when I finally made the leap, it was about the people I was taking care of. It wasn't about myself. It wasn't about me, number one. It was about, I'm going to do this job the right way. I'm going to take care of people the right way, the way they deserve to be taken care of, because they're sick, they're not doing well.
Exactly.
They need me for that.
That's
what I'm going to give them 100% of me. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where that came in on the back end. But I started it on my knees, just praying. It's like, God, I'm trusting in you on this one, because I can't do this on my own.
So tell me now, when you quit your job,
yep,
you didn't have the.
Oh, I didn't work for 11 months. I
so
went on faith.
A minute.
Yeah.
I love this. This is where it really, really gets good. So we have 37 people watching. I want you to share this video for so many different reasons, but we are giving away CBD oil on tonight. So please share the video. And again, CBD oil is good for aches, pains, and restlessness. So for you to make it happen, you quit your job before you had the location? Or?
Well, I had the location already. That was about a month prior to.
Okay.
So then it was the they call it a cold dead shell. It was basically just a metal frame building. I didn't even have the demising wall in between the lot next or the space next to me. So just jumped in and said, okay, we're going to get this built. And I had my general contractor lined up and said, let's go do this. So jumped in, and in order to save a lot of the money it took to build it, I used a lot of my skills I'd gathered over the last 30 years watching my dad and stuff do construction, and I jumped into it and decided to construct my own pharmacy. So I did the steel work, I did the floor work, the trim work, the paint work.
I followed you on Facebook, and I noticed how you would post as you were going along, and it was so beautiful to see. I had no idea that it was 11-month span from the time you quit your job to the time you open the door. And that is great, because I have a hashtag, and I call it, you have to see it before you see it. I am inclined to believe, Wes, if we can see it from a spiritual perspective before we see it with our naked eye, I just believe that if we have the faith that it will come into fruition, that it will happen.
Yes, ma'am.
So you visualize this. You saw it in your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit. You saw Hickman Pharmacy before the construction, before you started going in and working yourself. You had already visualized it. So how awesome is it to quit a job and have a 11-month span before you open it? But you had to make it happen. You had to do it. There was no other choice for you.
No other choice.
Yes, you had to make it happen.
It's sink or swim. It was, if my family's going to eat in 11 months, this better be done.
And you have done well. So what are the hours for Hickman Pharmacy?
We're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 6:30, and on Saturdays we're open 9 until 2.
Okay.
I give patients my email address and my cell phone number if they ever ask for it. So even though we may be closed, I'm still available for questions if they need anything, or if it's an emergency, they can reach out to me, and I try to do my best to take care of them.
Yeah, so that's good. So you can actually go in and speak to someone and talk to someone. That is so good.
I'm always there.
Yeah. So again, it's Hickman's Pharmacy. It is in Leland, right beside Dunkin' Donuts. So please, if you have prescriptions that need to be filled, we ask that you swing by and check out Will. I'm talking about Will. Check out Wes, Wes and Ashley, and they'll take excellent care of you. So again, we're giving away the CBD oil. I see we have 40 some people watching, so please share if you know anyone that could benefit from this. This is an excellent giveaway that Dr. Hickman has brought to give to our guests on tonight. And trust me, if I could use it, I would definitely take it home, but unfortunately I can't. So we'll be giving this away at the end of our broadcast. So please share the video if you know anyone that could benefit from it. And again, we've had successful stories. I've heard successful stories about the CBD oil. And if by chance you want to try it, you can always swing by Hickman Pharmacy in Leland to pick some up, and just let Wes and Ashley help you when you walk in. So we're talking tonight about hashtag making it happen. You have to make your own future. You have to make your own hope. You have to make it happen. You cannot sit down and just wait for someone else to do it for you. I mean, you could have sat down and waited for it to happen, but you went in there, you pulled your sleeves up, and got on the floor and did whatever you had to do to make this happen.
Absolutely.
And I know it wasn't easy.
No. I had to learn a lot, made a lot of mistakes in the process. And, it's labor of love. I really love what I do, and I wanted it. I wanted it more than I've wanted anything in my life, I think. And that was
the driving force.
Exactly. I wanted to get it out of my head too. I wanted to get it out of my head and step into reality.
Right.
So yeah, it was great. That moment of actually putting the last thing in the last day before I opened the next day, it was a very, very good feeling.
It's a great moment. So you're in 3 months now.
3 months.
3 months in.
I was actually cutting shelves last night, installing some new shelves. So it's still a work in progress. There's things I'm still tinkering. And
you sound like Jamie. Jamie is forever. He has so many projects going on. Every time you look, he has something in his hand where he's building. So I totally understand. And so he takes his studio and he adds and he adds and he adds. So I understand that's what you're doing at the pharmacy. So we're great. And we're so happy for you and Ashley for your business, and we pray God's blessings over it. And you've done the groundwork.
Yes, ma'am.
You sought him first, and you made sure that you had his provisions. And I tell you, you can't go wrong with his provisions. You cannot go wrong with his provision. So you work for a company, and you realized you wanted to be your own boss, and you wanted to make it happen for you and your family. A place that you can have, that you can possibly pass down to your son, if not someone in your family. What a great thing to do. So tell me, how super proud are you of yourself? I mean, I know we don't want to be arrogant, but just tell us on Respus Live, how does it feel to be able to accomplish one of the major goals in your life?
It feels surreal, I would say. it doesn't feel real yet, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing thing to walk in there and see it, and to get to practice again, and get my hands dirty again. I still don't think it's all hit me quite yet, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's I'm me again.
Right.
I'm myself again, because I haven't been myself for the years leading up to that. You know, you get bogged down in the job, the daily grind, and you know, I mean, I wasn't being the father that I should be. I wasn't being the husband that I should be, and that's whenever you start giving that part of yourself away,
you know, it's time for a change.
Exactly. It's not worth it at the end of the day. You're not growing. You're not being a better person at the end of the day. You're not helping others truly. You're not really doing that. So, you know, I would say I'm proud. I am very proud of it. And I hope I'm an example. That's the thing. I want to be an example. And I don't know if you saw the New York Times article that came out about 2 weeks ago that we were in.
I didn't. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So actually, we were interviewed by the New York Times about 4 or 5 months ago. I'd been posting my story on Reddit. I don't know if you're familiar with Reddit.
I've heard that before.
It's a social media site that gets up votes or down votes based off the quality of your content. And what I've been doing from the day I quit till the day I opened, I've been sharing pictures of the pharmacy on there, and I knew other people were in the same shoes as I was.
Right.
They were in the grind of the corporate pharmacy world and working with not enough hours, not enough help. And, you know, in the end, I felt like I was putting my patients in jeopardy. So I quit. And that's what happened. And I wanted people that are thinking the same thing that I was thinking, that they can do the exact same thing I'm doing if they want it bad enough. If you want to put yourself out there, you want to, you know, give up everything and risk it all, you can do it. And if there's a will, there's a way.
That is so true. So you were featured in the
back to that. Yeah. So we were the Reddit story caught the eye of Miss Ellen Gabler. She's a reporter for the New York Times.
Okay.
She reached out to me and then did a few interviews over the course of the next few months. And they came and took pictures of the pharmacy about a month ago, and the story got released about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it went viral pretty quickly in the pharmacy world.
That is awesome.
It's called Chaos in Chain Pharmacies, I believe, was the tagline of the article. But it went over different pharmacists that have gone anonymously to the board of pharmacy, saying that the conditions they were working in weren't very safe, weren't conducive to patient safety, and basically had gone ignored. So they looked at all that, got all the evidence they could. They actually had a few misfills that resulted in patients being harmed. So kind of brought light to that. And they had a follow-up article on Friday that just got released where they focused on another pharmacy and some other issues there. But yeah, it was kind of crazy how little old Leland pharmacy startup got featured in the New York Times.
That is so cool. So Christy Johnson, she says she's so proud of her cousin. So thank you so much for watching, Christy. So that was really great I guess that was like a blessed assurance, letting you know that you're in the right place.
Amen.
Because I call those, and I got this from my girlfriend, how God kisses us on the cheek and let us know we're in the right season and we're moving the right way. So to have that type of publicity to just get started, that is so super cool.
It's surreal.
That is super
But like
cool.
you said, it's like God kissing you on the cheek. It's those moments like that you know, help strengthen my faith. I feel like there are times
absolutely.
that, you know, you just wonder, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? And then it just smacks you over the head with a 2x4, like, yep, you're doing good, or you're doing wrong in some cases. But that's the mystery and wonder of God, I would say. That's something that I find that gives me strength.
And so my girlfriend, Pastor Danielle Glay, said that's a faith move. So that definitely was a faith move.
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a faith move.
No.
Yeah, you can't go wrong if you again, preparation is so important. And I tell people all the time, there's no need to ask God to dig us a ditch if he provides a shovel. So you took all the tools that he's blessed you with.
Yes, ma'am.
And you utilize your tools and ask him to bless it. So we have to take the tools that he's blessed us with and make it happen. Whatever and you know what you're born to do. It's just something about, it's just crazy. When you're doing it, you feel good and you just feel good about what you're doing. So when you find that feel good about what you're doing thing, you take it and you went to school and you went back, got your master's, you went back, got your doctorate degree. So you prepared yourself for this step. So once we prepare ourselves and ask God to bless it, it's going to blow up. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy for you and Ashley. I'm super proud of both of you. I love it when good things happen to good people. When you work hard and you care about your community, you care about others, and you give 110%. This is exactly what's supposed to happen. When we do our part, ask God to bless it, he will make it happen. So Hickman Pharmacy is an example of how when you do what you were born to do it well, keep others first, work in the community, and then just watch him bless it. So we're so super proud of you. And it is definitely a faith move. Tamika says this is good stuff. So we're so glad. Thank you, Tamika, for watching on tonight. It is good. Elder Tanya Lawson says you use the tools that God has blessed you with. And that's right. Once you get your tools and you use them and you ask him to bless it, and then, you can make it happen. So tonight, we just want to encourage someone as you're watching. Our main purpose on Respus Live is to encourage someone that's listening that you can make it happen. This is the year for us to move forward. It's the year for us to propel and excel in so many different ways. 2020 is our year to be able to move forward in what God has blessed us with. Don't sit down on your gifts, and don't sit down and just think and wait for somebody else to make it happen. We're going to challenge you tonight and all year. I'm going to challenge you all year. Every time you sign into Respus Live, I'm going to be pushing you to make it happen. I want you to succeed. I want the blessings to fall on you. I want you to be successful in everything you attempt to do, but we have to prepare ourselves. So it is great to hear how you prepared yourself and how you shared your journey. And then for the New York Times to pick you up, that is super cool, Wes. That is super cool. And so moving forward, you're going to do some more things within the pharmacy, but it is great to have that type of pharmacy in Leland, North Carolina. For those that's just signing on, we are giving away some CBD oil, and it's good for ache pains and restlessness. So stay tuned. Toward the end of the show, we will have a drawing and we'll have a winner. And I'll be sure to get this to you myself because I've heard it's helped so many different people. So stay tuned for that. But we're speaking to Dr. Hickman. He is the owner of Hickman Pharmacy in Leland, North Carolina. It is right beside Dunkin' Donuts. So please, if you get a chance to swing by and see he and his lovely wife, Ashley, a dear, dear friend of mine that I love so super big. So again, we're talking about make it happen. So you're making it happen and you are not finished. So you have goals.
Yes, I do.
You reached one goal today, which is super cool because you're coming on Respus Live and reaching a goal. And I'm just hoping that this will also encourage you and keep you moving forward. So do you have like a 6-month goal where you want to be? I'm sure you probably...
Yeah, the 6-month goal, probably more financial goals, making sure we're paying the bills and things like that, and making sure putting food in little man's mouth. He's growing, so he's eating out of house and home these days.
Yes.
So that's number one, making sure we take care of that. As far as growth for the business, I really wanted to see us grow our compounding business. That's basically a tailor-made medication. Think of it as bespoke medication. So if you were needing a liquid and all that's available is a tablet, say you had a swallowing issue or just didn't like swallowing a big tablet, so I can crush it down into a liquid and make it a preparation that way that would be stable for the life of that medication as long as you have it. So I want to expand into that part of the business. Eventually want to try to hire another pharmacist there. Want to be able to expand the business maybe into other areas.
Good.
So yeah, it's I want to finish up getting everything here done, but then at that point, sky's the limit.
Exactly. Yeah, and I believe that there's no limit to what we can do.
Amen.
So I love how you don't stop. So many times when we set goals, once we accomplish that goal, we kind of just get comfortable. I love the fact that you're not comfortable even where you are. You're already looking ahead at what you can do to better the community and move to different locations to help other people. And so thank you, Danielle. She said, slow down. But I get so excited.
My wife tells me the same thing. I get on something and then something new comes along. Let's add that to the plate too. Yeah.
So I get so excited and I start talking fast. So she'll say, slow down. So I'm going to slow down. Thank you, Danielle. So you're already looking into the future as to what else you can do and how you can continue to grow your business. And so I was stating that so many times when we accomplish one goal, we stop and we get comfortable and complacent. But we have to keep moving forward and finish one goal, set another one and set another one and just keep moving forward because there are no limits to what we can do. And once we understand what our gifts are, we can share them with so many different people. And so my vision board is crazy. I had like a trifold vision board. So I had a vision board party at my house and I only invited a few friends because I'm like you. I make sure my circle's tight and I need people that believe in me and push me. So we had a vision party and everybody finished their vision board that night because I had this huge vision board, Wes. I didn't finish until the next day because I had so much I wanted to do. And then my mind just runs You probably can understand.
Absolutely.
As soon as you do one thing, you want something. You want to do something else, and you want to do something else. It's just so much you want to do, and so much you want to make
Life's
happen.
short.
It is.
Life's short. You got a lot of things you want to do.
Yeah, and so I appreciate how you've actually accomplished goal 1, but this is not it for you.
Oh,
this
no.
is not it for Hickman Pharmacy.
Oh, no. I would like to run for office again at some point in time. I ran for county commissioner in 2016 for Brunswick County. I've been told that is not in my immediate future. The boss told me that I need to rethink that one, and 'cause I got a lot on my plate right now, and she's absolutely right.
And we know who the boss is,
Absolutely. I got 2 of them. One is 5 and one is 37.
Exactly. I understand. I have a 16-year-old boss, so I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
You got hormones on top of that
yes,
too.
yes.
So no, that's I could see myself doing something along those lines, because I do see a lot of, now that I earn my pharmacy, I can start to see, why drugs cost so much, and a lot of times it's not, the manufacturers. It's people in the middlemen called pharmaceutical benefit managers that really are the ones causing the prices and prescriptions to go up in America. So can't really talk about some things with that that I'm working on. Like you said, you got to keep them things quiet.
Exactly.
But that's one thing I'm very passionate about now, and something I really want to fight in the near future. So I think that may be something on my plate. We'll see. But like you said, you got to stay hungry. I like to stay hungry.
Yes, I love that. Stay hungry. Yes, that hunger, it keeps you focused on what you want to do. And so it's important to make it happen. You got to stay focused.
Absolutely.
So what helped you during this time to stay focused on what you wanted to do? Because 11 months is a long time. You can lose momentum during 11 months.
Oh, yeah.
You can, the enemy can come in and make you feel like, okay, are you sure you're doing the right thing? You sure this is what you were told to do?
I was the one cracking that whip. I had to make sure I was staying on the project.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing, because I in essence was the general contractor for the project. I had somebody that knew what he was doing, but he handled his business normally. He works on Bald Head Island, so he knew I knew enough about construction to kind of handle it, and I'd go to him if I had questions. So basically during those 11 months, just stayed on top of every single project manager I could think of. Anybody that had any hands in it, okay, give me updates every couple of days. I need to know what's going on. Where are you at? What are you working on? And, you can find out who the ones that are slacking off real quick whenever you start asking those questions.
Exactly.
And getting details and staying on top of it. And as long as you're doing that, then...
So you had to make sure they were doing what they were supposed to do.
I did.
You can't get comfortable with people that, when it's your dream, you got to stay on top of it. You have to make sure that they're doing their parts to make your dream come true. So
absolutely. Or people that will just kind of not do what they say they're going to do, not follow through. You got to stay on those folks too, and make sure they're held accountable. That's part of being a good businessman anyway, I think, is setting goals and holding yourself accountable, holding people that work for you accountable, and helping make sure that they have the tools to do the job correctly as well.
That is so true. That is so true. Again, thank you so much for everybody signing on. We see Elaine. She says she's so proud of you, Wes. So we have we have a lot of people. I was trying to read some of the comments that are on tonight. So thank you so much for watching. We have a lot of people in Brunswick County watching us, and so we thank you for your support on tonight. Again, we're giving away before we end the show, so go ahead and get ready. And it's a number between 1 and 50. We're giving away some CBD oil. Don't start posting your numbers yet. We'll let you know when. The CBD oil is good for aches, pains, sleep, and restlessness, so we do want to give that product away. And again, if you're interested in CBD oil, you can always swing by Hickman Pharmacy. They're right beside Dunkin' Donuts in the big city of LA, Leland, North Carolina. So again, Wes, we're so excited about what's going on with you, and we're glad that you're an example of how you make things happen. We can talk about it all we want to, but it comes a time we have to be about it. And so we have to make sure that we have our ducks in a row and be prepared, because before you can make something happen, you have to do the homework. You have to do the hard work. And sometimes people don't want to do the hard part. The hard part is making sure you got everything together before you move forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But don't get trigger shy at the same time. Make sure you do your due diligence. But there'll come a time whenever you feel like you're looking over the same thing 4 and 5 times, and as long as you've reached out to other people and you've checked and rechecked and reached out for as many times as you can, eventually it's like, okay, time to pull the trigger. Don't be trigger shy. It's time to get your hands dirty.
You can't get scared in the process.
Exactly.
I got you. That makes sense. So that's some good advice coming from someone that actually made it happen. So, and we definitely need that. So again, we're talking to Dr. Hickman from Hickman Pharmacy out of Leland, North Carolina. And so if you would please, if you can go ahead and start. Jamie, is it a good time? It's a good time to start putting your numbers in. Again, it's between 1 and 50. Between the numbers 1 and 50. One time, Wes, we did this and somebody had like 65 or 100. I'm like,
no.
So the numbers are between 1 and 50. And again, we're giving away CBD oil for aches, pains, sleepless, restlessness night. So again, we ask that you share this video with someone that you know could benefit from it. And if you're interested in it, if you don't win, they still have some at the pharmacy that you can purchase.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And Jamie says, I was reading his note that he's going to let us know. He's watching, so he's going to let us know when someone gets the number. I have to stay out of this because I have a lot of family members that watch, so I don't want anybody to say that, I have anything to do with it. So
yeah, I'm the one that picked the number in case anybody was wondering. She asked me beforehand. So
yeah,
if you don't like the number, it's on me. You can blame me for that one.
So it's Wes and Jamie because Jamie asked Wes to pick the number. So it is all about them on tonight. And so again, thank you so much for coming. And again, we're talking about making it happen. It is up to you. You have the ability. You have to choose what you want, which way you want to go. As Wes said, life is short, so you got to believe that great things are going to happen. You have to put that in the atmosphere. You have to speak it. You have to write it down. You have to believe that this is your season to make it happen. Do what you can to prepare yourself. Be prepared, stay prayed up, and make it happen. We have the tools. We were born with them. We were created for this. I am intending. Rochelle said, how many times so you can try as many times as you want to, dear. Just keep putting the numbers in, and Jamie will holler whenever someone puts it. So keep putting your numbers in until you get it. Thank you, Rochelle. So we're in charge of our dreams. We're in charge of making it happen. Don't allow someone else to dictate your dreams or to make your dreams happen. You do it yourself. I intend to encourage you every time Respus Live come on. I'm going to push you into your purpose. I want to keep pushing you until you make it happen for you, because this is our year to win. My word for the year, Wes, is consistency. I feel like that is what I needed most in my life, is consistency. And then I have a hashtag, and my hashtag is I will win. So in December, when I had the vision board party, I came up with the hashtag I will win and consistency. And so last Sunday, I did a workshop with our youth, a 2-part series, and I had them come up with words for the year and hashtags for the year. So I believe once we write it down and we can see it and we stay focused on it, because my vision board, it sits in my bedroom and I look at it every day. So I want to stay focused on what I'm doing. So make sure that you get your word, get your hashtag, and just stay focused and make it happen. I didn't say I might win. I said I will win in every area of my life. I can't do it by myself, but if I stay prayed up and make sure that I am following his will, I know it's going to happen, just like it has for Wes and Ashley with the Hickman Pharmacy. So we're still waiting on numbers. So far, no one has won so far. So Jamie said, keep the numbers coming. Again, it's between the number 1 and 50. So far, no one has won between the numbers 1 and 50. And again, we're giving away some CBD oil. You want to go tell us a little bit about this and this company?
Yeah. The folks that I get my CBD from are Ananda. The line that we get from them is only sold to pharmacies. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the things we really like about them, that it is exclusive to healthcare professionals. The second reason why we like these folks is they actually have a certificate of analysis with every single bottle that they sell. So basically, you can go type in the lot number on the back on their website, and it will tell you if there's any pesticides, which there's not. They wouldn't sell it if they did, but there's no pesticides. The content of the tincture, that it actually has CBD in it, and the concentration that it has, the THC concentration, to make sure it's legal and able to be sold. Basically anything you could put or adulterate a product with, it basically shows you that there's none of those things in there. So that's the reason why we like it. We want to make sure we're giving pure products to our patients at the end of the day. So it's all about making sure the quality and purity is there.
Thank you so much. Jamie, I think we have a winner, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't see it.
I saw it back.
I see it right there.
It's Denise Robbins.
All right, cool.
Okay, Denise Robbins, you are the winner.
if I didn't break the bottle there.
And Jamie wrote it down, so we have already make sure that's legit. So the number was 32, and it looks like Denise wrote it first, and then my sister Anna, but no, Denise did write it first as far as I could see, because I was trying to look and listening to Wes talk about the product. So again, Denise, I have it for you. We can actually exchange it tomorrow, unless you really want it tonight. See if you can get some sleep. So you can always text me or call me after the show, and I'll be happy to get this to you. So thank you so much, Wes, for bringing this CBD oil in and explaining to everyone what it is and the benefits of it. I know people that use it and have really had great reviews about it. So again, if you're interested in it, if you want to talk to Wes more about it, you can swing by Hickman Pharmacy and he'll go over the benefits of it for you, and they'll sell it to you right there in the pharmacy. So that'll be great. So again, we're talking to Dr. Wesley Hickman, the owner of Hickman Pharmacy in the big city of Leland, North Carolina. He is right beside Dunkin' Donuts, so please swing by to see him and his family. I promise you'll be treated just like the royalty that you are, with love and respect. And thank you so much for giving back to the community. It is always about giving back. So we appreciate what you and Ashley are doing for the community. And congratulations to Denise for winning the CBD oil tonight. And thank you, Wes, for bringing that in.
My pleasure.
Okay, my sister says she said it first. And she may have. I couldn't see it. Did you see it first?
I didn't see it, but we can go back to the feed.
Okay, we can go back through the feed, and no worries. I'll make sure both of them get one. So I'll bring Denise
I'm staying out of this one.
I'll swing by and get my sister one. She said it first.
No, everything's timestamped. I can go check.
Okay, we can timestamp it. Okay, great. So Jamie has it taken care of. So thank you so much. Again, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for sharing the podcast on tonight. We're so glad that Wes came by to see us on tonight, and again, swing by the pharmacy to see him. And thank you so much for joining Respus Live on tonight. We're here every Monday at 7 p.m. And what we do, Wes, is we interview local people right here in the community that has taken their dreams and visions and made them work.
Thank you for the opportunity to tell others. I really appreciate it.
It's a great story, because someone could be right on the verge, and this is what we want to do. We want to encourage someone that has a dream and scared to make it happen. And Wes told us you can't be scared to pull the trigger.
Absolutely. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. If you can dream it, you can do it. It's going to take a lot of work.
Yes.
It's going to take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, literally and figuratively.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's worth it. Just believe in yourself. If you want it bad enough, you can make it happen.
Yeah. So you heard it from someone that made it happen. So if you believe in yourself, and you know that if you want it bad enough, it can happen for you. So again, tonight we're talking about making it happen. It is your season. It is your time to make it happen. Again, we have in the studio Wesley Hickman from Hickman Pharmacy out of Leland, North Carolina. Please swing by. Tell them you saw him on Respus Live when you walk in there. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Wes, for coming. It was a great segment. Thank you for bringing the gift. And we'll go back through the timeline to see exactly who won first. Jamie can do that. I can't keep up with this and do the show at the same time, so we'll make sure whoever had it first gets the CBD oil. It is good. I'm sure that if you need some, you can swing by the pharmacy and pick some up.
Yeah, we do give free samples in case you're curious or kind of wanting to know about it. What I'll do is basically give you a day or two's worth to try it out and see if you like it. That way you're not committed to the price there, because money's money. You want to make sure you're getting a good value for your product, and I believe in it enough to give you a little bit before for free.
So you heard it here first. If you're interested in trying it, you can go by and get a small sample.
Mm-hmm. Yep, be happy to do that.
A small sample from Hickman Pharmacy just for you to try it. So if you're interested in the CBD oil, please swing by. Tell them you saw them on Respus Live and you want to try a sample. That way you can sample it before you purchase it, and that is great. Again, tell us your hours. Danielle says, tell us your hours again.
My hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 6:30, and on Saturday we're open 9 until 2.
Okay, so they're the hours, and again, they're located right beside Dunkin' Donuts in the big city of Leland. Leland, North Carolina. If you would like to sponsor Respus Live, that means that if you believe in what we're doing and you want to support this, I call it a ministry of West, because I believe that we share with so many people from so many different walks of life, and so I call it a ministry. So if you believe in Respus Live and the ministry that we have here, if you would like to be a sponsor, please inbox me, send me a message. We'll be happy to have a sponsor. In any way, any amount, we will receive it, and we'll make sure that we use it well to continue to get the word out to encourage other people. So if you'd like to be a sponsor of Respus Live, please just hit me up and we'll be happy to speak with you, or you can even talk to Jamie about it. Again, thank you so much for joining. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors, if you would like to be a sponsor. And then our music is by A&A Promotion. And of course, my makeup is by Beauty by Drea. She does an excellent job. Every Monday evening, I have a standing appointment with her. She takes excellent care of my makeup. So thank you, Drea, for always making sure that I'm snatched. If you're going to be on a podcast, you know, Wes, I said, at least I can come up here looking halfway decent, right?
A little more than halfway.
Just a little more. So again, thank you so much for signing. And again, if you want to sponsor Respus Live, please send me a message. I'll be happy to talk to you about our sponsorship, and we'll be happy to have you help us. And so may God's peace be with each of you until we meet again. God bless you and have a good evening. And we'll see you next time on Respus Live. Thank you, Wes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You
This
did
is
an
awesome.
excellent job.